Well, hi everybody. This is Thursday here in the DMV, a couple of days now after the election for President of the United States. People are still kind of uneasy. Some people trying to blame other people why one didn't get elected, why another did. As I've said before, I can't really support either candidate because I don't agree with all of their policies, either one. However, I did vote and did my civic duty, but I'm leaving it up to God. I mean, I did what I had to do. I'm asking God for the best situation to occur, and no matter who won, it's really God's choice. God has allowed it. We read in the book of Romans throughout how we are to obey civil authorities, how they were put into place by God for our good, for our protection, for our correction at times. So we need to understand that God allowed this, whether we agree or not. God allowed it, and my prayer is that our nation comes together and not necessarily supports a person, but supports each other. I pray that we can again be one nation under God. We can be a nation who calls the Lord our God, so that He can indeed bless, protect, provide, and enable us to do the things we need to do. However, we as believers, we know that God has us, despite what the country may look like. The question is, what do we look like? Who are we serving? Who is our King? My King is the Lord, and I'm sure many of you, your King is the Lord as well. And we can go on about our lives serving God, despite what's going on around us. Yes, we will seek peace. We will seek the good for everybody. But when it all comes down to it, we have to go to bed at night knowing that we serve the Lord today. And that's where my faith sits. That's where I stand. I want to read a passage from Proverbs 16. And it reads as follows: Proverbs 16:33. The lot is cast into the lap, but every decision is from the Lord. As we read that, we realize that even back in Jesus' day, when they had to make a decision, they would cast lots. Basically, today that might be you roll dice to see who it is that would be elected, or who the next apostle would be, or who would draw the small straw, if you would. And they believed that God would then make that decision for them. However, in this case, we made our vote, and God made a decision, and that's where we stand right now. God is in control. God decides. God rules. God reigns, and we need to place our trust in Him. Go about our daily lives honoring Him, and then let God have full reign in our lives. So, despite the anxiousness of our nation, despite some anger, some jubilation, there's all kinds of emotions going on. Let's place our trust in God. Let's live for Him. Let's put our nation in His hands, our families in His hands, our communities in His hands, and let's live for Him. My prayer is always just for revival, for spiritual revival, starting with me, starting with you. And then, that flicker of a flame can catch on, and we can begin to build the Spirit of God throughout our homes and our communities, and yes, even in Washington, D.C. So let's keep praying, let's keep living, let's keep serving our God, our King, Jesus Christ. God bless you. Talk to you soon.